Alright, so this is a little bit delayed because I had a lot of like real world life stuff going on. But just a quick update on the Xpro EFI 250. It's also the BD250-7. It's still a good looking bike. I'm going to show you the damage a little bit closer from the shipping. I added just the small little saddlebags. I had those just sitting around the house from the last bike. You can kind of see the damage here. It's like, it's not significant. It's still structurally sound. They did send a replacement gas tank, but the color is slightly off. This is more of a fire truck red, and it's got kind of this little thing in the middle here. It's a little hard to see with the reflection. But the gas tank itself is in shape, but you can see in the comparison between the two, this is more of the candy apple and this is more of a fire truck. So I'll eventually have to switch that out and probably get it painted. It's a much smoother ride than the BD250-7, the Boom Cafe Racer. There's a couple of things I noticed about it. And I'll see if I can try to show you. I've got to adjust it a little bit down here because the tire is very close to the chain guard. It's a little hard to see. And so I've got to get the alignment just redone a little bit, which is adjusting these bolts here and part of these down here. It does have the foot pegs for the passenger, which fold up and down, and then the front foot pegs fold up and down. One thing I don't necessarily like about it is it just has the down and up shifter. It doesn't have like a pedal shifter, so you can just go back. And then somebody did ask me to crank it up, so I'll do that. It still only has 8 miles on it. It's a little hard to see again with the shadow there. It's really friggin' bright out and hot out today. So when you turn this on, you'll hear the electric fuel injection. I don't know if that's going to come through in the video, but so it's running about 2,000 RPMs when it starts up, and then kind of goes down to about 1,500 to 1,700. And then somebody had asked me to rev it up, so that's kind of how it sounds a little. I mean, it's a 250 engine, so it's not super loud. So that grate in the front is literally just decorative. It's not an air cooler, it's not an oil cooler or anything. It's just decorative, but it does protect the engine a little bit from road debris, but we still have some down here, so not that big of a deal. The lights are nice and bright on it, which is good. The turn signals are a little flexy, which is cool because the last ones on my old bike were real stiff and they were broken a little bit. You have your oil viewport here, and then your oil slot here. I mean, it's not too much to it. There's a simple bike. On the right hand side is where your battery compartment is, and that's where you plug in all your accessories. And then under here I did add a connection, so I can have a USB charger up here. And then on the left hand side with this, you take this screw out down here, pop that out, and that's where your air filter is, inside there. And there's just 2 tabs which you just pop that off after you unscrew that. so far I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't really taken it out in the neighborhood too much. Or out on the main streets, I've only just kind of taken it out down the neighborhood street down here inside the development. But it's nice and smooth. And then that's pretty much it. If anybody has any questions, and again, you can see the damage. You can kind of see the color difference. That's the brighter red, and that's kind of the darker red. And then I just gotta undo these screws here, put that on top of there, then switch them out, which isn't hard. It's just I got to drain the gas tank out and handle that. And I'll get to it eventually. I'm not in any rush to do anything. Seat's nice and comfortable. You do have to be careful with these two. If you're going to take the seat off, these two screws here come underneath, and there's two nuts underneath which tend to like fly away. So make sure those are nice and tight, because the vibration can loosen them up and they'll fall out, and there you go. So just be careful with those. Make sure all your connections are tightened up. The only thing I really want to add is I want to put a backrest on here for the wife, because she would prefer it. But you know, with these Chinese bikes, there's not a lot of aftermarket accessories that'll fit. So I've got to try to find something that will actually fit and work. And one thing I've learned is universal components for bikes mean they're universally don't fit the bike you have. That's pretty much it for now. If you have any questions, you know, throw them down and I'll see what I can help you with. And then, oh, real quick, I do want to show you the bike's manufacturer does request or recommend 10W40 oil. It's 10W40, and then it also says 93 octane for the gas, which is again also I guess pretty standard for bikes. That's about it. I like it, you know, for buying something that I didn't have to like actually go to a dealership and talk to anybody. I got it registered. It's registered through the state of Florida. It's street legal. Yeah, so there you go.